Hello, everybody. This is the Remanent podcast. This is your host, Aviator Man and Orange Man, and we have a special guest here. Would you like to present yourself here?
Yeah, sure. I'm Saul, Cameraman Chronicles. I used to run RealPapaFranku as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have
Okay,
you on
okay.
here. How have you been? It's been a while since I've talked to you in person.
How have I been? I've been all right. Just kind of living life, college, all that stuff.
Yeah, college. Yeah, I remember that whole thing when you and Real Propa Franku were together. You were going off to college, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that channel came around a couple times, but the first time, yeah, that first summer of 2019, we were doing the channel, and then I went to college right around the time it ended, and then it started back up again. I think like February of 2020, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, Real Papa Franku. That takes me back, man.
hmm I,
Uh,
I know I know he doesn't upload anymore. I know what was it, a year ago since he last posted something.
Yeah, the
yeah.
last video we made, I think was like the last video we posted was January, but the last video we filmed, um, was I think in December. It was like our 3 days after Christmas special or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Dang,
man.
man.
Uh,
And then now you're kind of working as your own channel now, or and I don't know if you're also working with what is it, um, what is it, Filthy Frank Sideshow?
Yeah. We had a collab this past. Well, we filmed it in September, but because of school, I never got around to really editing it until winter break. So it came out, I think,
yeah,
like a month and a
I've been
half ago
there.
or something like that. But yeah,
Oh, well,
so we were up to that. Other than that, honestly, school's been taking up a lot. I've been posting some little shit posts here and there on my channel, but nothing too crazy. I haven't really been active in a while.
Yeah, I've noticed
yeah.
that. I noticed the last video posted was Mullet Brian 4 days ago.
Oh yeah, Mullet Brian, that was an
Yeah.
experience.
I
Yeah.
definitely could say I definitely like how your channel just starts off kind of with a very professional video about Willard, the
Oh yeah, about
Willard,
Willard.
the
Yeah,
little
Poor
goose.
Willard.
Yeah, and then it just shifts into poo poo pee pee warning, turn volume down.
yeah. So obviously
Oh
there were some
boy.
other videos in there too that were mixed in, but I ended up taking them down. I had a lot of kind of just rant style videos. Um,
Okay.
and then I was just like wanting to kind of have my channel be a little more than that. So I mean,
hmm
obviously the next step is to progress to shit posting. So ironically,
Yeah,
Obviously.
right
of
now,
course.
poo poo pp is the number one viewed video on my channel with like a whopping 200 views. So
Nah,
It's
it's got
it's
four.
got
It's got four
it's
seventy
nearing
eight.
does it?
500.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow. Oh yeah. I'm rolling in it, dude. It's still like a decent fall from grace though, from having a channel that had like almost 5K at one point. Still a little bit sad.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, and what got the channel taken down was you guys made a like really true to heart your own version of the cake series, like a continuation to that.
Yeah, we had bathtub cake. That was wild.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Is it taken down
honestly
or?
no, okay, so it got our channel removed, and I can tell you the story about how that happened. But it's still
Okay.
actually on YouTube in like 240p. Like someone re-uploaded it. I can try to find it if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Try to find it. Try to find it. I'd
It'll
like to
it'll
see
get
this video
taken
here.
down eventually. But yeah, so we posted bathtub cake, and it was like on track to be like our highest viewed video, like our highest like dislike ratio and everything. Um, Usually we averaged like about 1,000 views in the first day, and then we on bathtub cake we had like almost 2,000 views in like the first 10 hours, and then I
Yeah.
went to bed and I woke up and it was gone, so I got real confused. YouTube never sent like an email or anything, so I just thought that like it was some glitch on YouTube, so I tried to re-upload it.
hmm
Oh,
And then
they
I
didn't send you an
re-uploaded it
email.
like 10 minutes after I re-uploaded it. Our channel is gone. They,
Jesus,
they
that
didn't even
that
they
was
didn't
Damn.
even like give
insane.
us any strikes. Like we hadn't had any strikes on our channel. We hadn't even had a warning before that. It
No,
was just like
some
flat out.
representative absolutely was like looking at your channel at that point. I know it.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, hold
That
on.
was suspicious even then.
My dog just came in. Go away. Go away. How did you open the door? Okay.
What breed of dog?
Golden Retriever.
Oh. Yeah, I like
Okay,
those
okay,
ones.
very fancy.
Yeah. Hey, go outside or hang out in here. That works too.
I don't remember what kind of dog I wanted to get. It was, there's like these dogs with like very, very skinny, but like had blue eyes. I forgot what they're called, but
Are they like
Yeah.
wolf dogs or?
no, not. Wait, Avian Man wanted a pit bull, right? You want
I want a pit bull. Yes, I want a pit bull.
Yeah.
I love pit bulls. I know they're really dangerous, but I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn at all.
I got.
Living life on the edge.
I got.
I just won't have any babies. Straight up.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got bitten by a pit bull as a child.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. I got bitten right on the ass. I was hanging out at like a neighbor's house or something. I was like riding my little scooter around, and this pit bull just comes running down the road at me, and it's a big
Oh my
dog, and I'm a
God.
little kid, so it scares me. Of course,
Yeah.
my alpha male brain is telling me that the best way to get away from this, like the fastest way, is to get on my scooter and try to scoot away. But you know, like
Oh
little
my
kids,
God.
like they scoot at like 0.2 miles per hour, like slower
Yeah.
than they can walk. And so I'm scooting away, and it just takes me, like, tackles me right off the scooter. Just gets a, like, nice little grip on my ass, and it just,
Oh,
bites.
Did you try to fight it off or no?
No, I was just wailing, dude. I was screaming. I was face down on the ground. It was just
man.
like, it bit my ass. It
Damn.
didn't like do one of those, you know how dogs, like, when they pick up a toy, they swing their heads.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wasn't like a dog toy like that. I was just like one
thank
one
God.
bite and done, and then it like ran around me. My parents
Yeah.
freaked
Weird.
out. They called the police because apparently that dog had like bitten other people before or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've definitely like had a dog that was my cousin's once, like be very like feisty, and I'd be
Uh-huh.
like running around in the yard, and it would like tackle me or something. I don't think I'd ever like freak out or anything. I mean, it was definitely like scary in the moment, just because like it's a dog, and like at that time it was probably like the same size as me. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been chased by, I think, a pit bull like twice. One of the encounters was pretty scary. Like I think I got out of school and had to go to another school to pick up my little brother, and we had to go walk to my nana's house, and we saw like this huge gray pit bull with like a little chihuahua following it, and we're like, all right, it's like a block away, it shouldn't be following us. And as we go farther in, it just keeps following us, and I'm all like, oh fuck. And then just the chihuahua alerts the pit bull, and they're just immediately booking towards us and just trying to fucking maul us,
Jeez.
bro.
Dude,
And pit bulls
sometimes...
yeah, they're fucking fast. I don't know, like, even at like age of like 15, you'd figure you'd still be faster than dogs, but no.
No, they're
Yeah.
fast.
hmm
Oh,
Sometimes though, those little dogs can be worse than the pit bulls.
boy. Yeah.
I guess so.
My grandfather actually has a dog. I forget what its like breed is. It's the small ones that are covered with white fur, and
Oh, what is
it's
it? Like a Westie, like a
something
terrier.
like that. Yes, a terrier.
Yeah.
Oh,
my grandpa has one of those, too.
terriers.
They are
Uh,
hyperactive.
Yeah, I want a terrier so fucking badly. They're just I call it the target dog, but I want a terrier just so badly. They're cute in my opinion.
They're just basically like little white fluffy sausages.
Yeah, essentially. But I definitely want a pit bull though. Just I don't know. I like to kind of just. I think it'd be like an achievement to raise a pit bull to be very proper and very like well trained in my opinion. Because I don't see a lot of pit bulls that are trained. I feel like, well, in Arizona they're all just fucking running around and biting random ass people.
Yeah. What was
It's
that
been
meme
known
I
to
sent
happen.
you? It was like God created the pit bull because he wanted a creature that was kind enough, that was like
Turned up to
strong
bite
enough
yeah,
to maul a child.
yeah. God once said, "I need someone strong enough to maul a child, but gentle enough to maul a child, smart enough to maul a child, passionate enough to maul a child. Someone with so much love they can maul a child." So God created the pit bull,
Yeah.
and
Speaking
I
facts.
stand behind those words.
Dude, sometimes children just, get out of line. I'm not saying a mauling
Mhm.
isn't or, but
Oh yeah, of course.
what's the difference between a dog bite and a belt? You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake
Yeah,
of...
exactly. That's why I want to raise my pit bull for certain situations.
Yeah.
a self-defense and child mauling pit bull.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's like what you do in Minecraft, right? You get like a bunch of pet dogs, so like if anything attacks you, they'll just maul it to death.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you breed it like 100 times.
Yeah. So you just like an army of dogs.
Oh, okay. What is it? Something random. I wanted to talk about this. It's on the channel here. So I believe you talked about it, saying you might know him. Let me see if I can find him. He commented on one of our videos recently. It was about like the Filthy Frank clone drama.
Oh, is it Aaron Knox?
Yeah. No, not Aaron Knox. I
Okay.
love Aaron Knox, but he is kind of involved. But it's this man that is named Trash Stash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any like
Wait, did
like a
Trash
different side
Dash
of it.
reply to us yet? Or
Yeah,
anything?
he's commented on two of our videos stating he wants to be on I guess in a call because he claims he's not Bill Doe or somebody else.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
My
But-
recommendation, and granted, I have not interacted with him that much, but
Uh-huh.
I think it's best to just stay away from him, personally.
Oh yeah.
I'll
He is this-
think about it. I don't want to just like selectively choose whose voices gets to be on here and not, but like
Oh, and that's totally fair.
I don't know. It's just I don't know if I'd like ever get acquainted with Trash Stash, but maybe we can have him on at some point. I'll think about it.
Yeah, I definitely would like him on here. To get I want to see what he says. You know what I mean? Like, do we agree or do we disagree? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
but he definitely seems like a toxic little like fur ball right here, bro. Like, it's like
Don't forget he's bald, so like a little skin ball.
yeah, he's a toxic little skinhead, bro. Yeah, but he doesn't seem very articulated with the way he presents a lot of his videos. It's kind of just a lot of stuttering, a lot of like hesitating of what he wants to say. So I definitely want to hear his opinion on a lot of like Filthy Frank clones. Definitely like to see what he says about our us, and then obviously if he still has the same opinions about the people he's made rants on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
I know he had it out.
Yeah.
I know he had it out for Jerry a lot.
Oh
back,
yeah,
like a year ago.
yeah.
And he was having beef with Sideshow and stuff too. There was like one
Uh-huh.
time where I think this is right when Sam and Caleb, so Trash Stash, just like totally disappeared. I was on a call
Mhm.
with Alon, Filthy Frank Sideshow, and it was like right after Sam had like just disappeared. He had disappeared on both of us earlier that day, and so we couldn't hear from Sam, but Caleb was talking to me and Alon, and we were on the phone, and we probably just spent like an hour like fucking with Caleb, just messing with him, saying a whole bunch of like really
Yeah.
degenerate, not even like that bad stuff, but just trying to screw
Just-
with him.
Just like gaslighting him.
Yeah, gaslighting him.
Waving keys in front of his head.
Yeah, like he was like complaining. I don't even remember too much of it, honestly, but Alon was talking to him, and then Alon and I were on the phone, and I was messaging him, and I was like, oh dude, what's Alon saying? Like, that's wild, like you should say this. And then obviously Alon can hear everything he's saying to me. And it all
Yeah.
just culminated in a point where I'm like, I think he like said something, or like was trying to make fun of Alon for like being unstable or something, and I was like, you should just respond with like now you've pushed me beyond my limit, the world will regret this, or like something, some degeneracy like that. And
You have pushed me beyond my limit. There is
Yeah.
no going back now.
exactly, like and
The
dude,
world will
Caleb,
curl and die.
no, he took it seriously. He was like, he was trying to I don't know if he was trying to be funny or witty or what, but he was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, he was trying to what's the phrase? He was just trying to I guess outwit, for lack of a better term, Alon, and
Yeah.
use, I think like Jerry mentioned when he was on, he just uses a lot of like big words in hopes to kind of make the people around him feel overwhelmed. It's kind of like classic like bully behavior, if you ask me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So
Yeah.
just like hypothetically, if the nucleotides of the argument was to extrapolate the claim, then I would say that this point is null.
Kind of like
Hypothetically.
that,
So,
yeah. He uses it a lot for like personal insults. Like he just tries to come up
mm,
with obscure things, but I don't know, sometimes he gets himself in too deep, and that was what happened when we were on the phone with him, or when I was on the phone with Alon and we were fucking with him. He just got
Yeah.
himself in too deep. And then so eventually he was like telling me like, "Oh, I bet like this is how Alon is feeling right now. Like I bet you this is what he's gonna say." And I'd tell Alon like, "Oh, he thinks you're gonna say this. Say it." And Alon would say
mm,
it, and then he'd be like, "Damn, dude, he actually just said it. I knew it. I'm so smart. Like I know what I'm talking about." And then he'd like say,
Jesus.
and then after a while, like he realized he's like, "Are you just telling him everything I'm saying?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." Actually, I think I denied it at first. I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?" And then after a while, I was like, "Yeah, you got me."
oh boy.
But yeah,
Uh, yeah. Anyway, so I'm looking at your channel, and I noticed that you still have the channel art that I made for you.
yeah, dude, it's a keeper. It's beautiful. It's a bit aged. I have a
Yeah.
beard now. Well, not a beard, a goatee, but
That's funny.
um,
Yeah, it's funny. I liked making that one.
yeah, it's a legacy. I appreciate it.
Out of your friends, which one of them is you?
The
Brains,
brains. The
brawn, him,
brawn.
crazy ass.
Crazy ass.
I don't even know. That's like me, like all of those. I mean, all those photos are from me, like in what, like 2019 or earlier.
Yeah, I think I pulled them from your Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think any of those are even
Mm,
on my Instagram anymore. My Instagram
yeah.
kind of just devolved into like shit posting pictures of monkeys for a while. Um,
Really?
yeah, I think my
Yeah,
bio said like it's International Monkey Appreciation Month or something like that for like 2 years straight.
I really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I've always like sometimes I shit post, but it's for me it has to be like original content to an extent, like something that I
Yeah.
made, not
yeah,
just like reposting something else. But yeah, that's funny. Uh,
Yeah. Same with my shit post. Like, but the last shit post I made was like probably a fucking year ago. So
yeah.
it was like Sheldon the Seaman Man. So yeah.
I like that video though. It's
Yeah.
and then he just like walks up and starts speaking coherently about like the phrases of the film and stuff and everything.
He's just so fucking mumbling around and just immediately, all right, so this is Filthy Frank.
It reminds me of that like that meme of like the deer walking up to you on hind legs and then like
Oh,
reciting a date in
nah,
the near
nah,
future
nah,
with your
nah,
full
nah,
name
nah.
and then
Shut the
walking
fuck,
away.
shut the fuck up. But I definitely want to jump back into that stuff again. I know I say this, but after Void 2, I will post more stuff. I know I will. I know I will.
Yeah, I just need to lower my quality per video. Like I've been
Mhm.
working my ass off today, just working on like a 2 second
Mhm.
scene. It's getting kind of
Yeah.
annoying and tedious.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done with Void 2. That's the good news. I'm really close to finishing.
Oh,
So
that's good. Soul, do you have any future projects and ideas?
yeah. I mean, I think Alon and I were talking about doing a sequel to a Ratnik Unit 3.
Oh,
Is kind of what we were
that
thinking of.
yeah, that's cool. I like seeing the videos and stuff. I kind of wish there was more of like a plot to it, just like something to grasp onto. But it's funny seeing it as like a nature documentary.
Yeah, I mean, I think we like when he came out, the intention was to do a bunch of Frank videos for his channel and just have Ratnik in them. But then his channel got taken down like a week before
Damn,
he
it
flew
came
out.
down. Oh man,
Yeah, so
that's
we kind of
insane.
had to like he came out, I think it was like for 10 days. So we spent like the first 5 days. I had another friend come into town at the same time. So we spent like the first 5 days kind of like vacationing and planning out a video. And then the Ratnik unit like we had like a channel update, but the Ratnik
uh-huh.
unit 3 video kind of took over from there.
Hmm. Okay.
And so it was like I think it definitely doesn't have its own like completely solid plot, but I think it just kind of contributes to the mythos of the character of the Ratnik unit. Because if you've seen Sideshow's older Ratnik Unit videos, the first two. I don't know if they're up on his channel right now. I think he may have
Yeah.
lost them when his channel got taken down, but they were
Yeah,
basically just
damn.
like introducing this Russian spec ops unit as like this wild animal kind of, and so we just pushed off of that with like a nature documentary idea.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it sucks that you lost all that stuff. The same happened to you with some of the Real Papa Franku videos, right?
Yeah, I guess my existence is cursed. Yeah, our first channel got taken down. Um, I mean, I had like probably about half of our videos to re-upload, so we went through like a transitionary period where we were re-uploading videos for a while and like snuck a few originals in there too. And then it kind of just because we had our second channel at the time, like our backup channel that we had, which I think had like I don't know, like 500 subscribers when our channel went down or something like that.
Yeah.
And then for a while it was converted to the Boss Entertainment channel, actually.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Boss
that's
Entertainment.
yeah, that's what happened to the Boss Entertainment channel was when I was in college. Um, that Entertainment channel came into existence. It wasn't me. Like I wasn't any part of that. I guess
Oh, it
a
was
couple of my
Alex.
videos. Yeah, yeah. He wanted
Okay.
to do like he wanted to make like a network and then eventually branch out to making like I think it was like a whole new like platform or something like that to move to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like you guys like having dealing with each other's circumstances and trying to work out different ways to make content online. And I was like, they're trying to desperately glue pieces back together if anything shattered. But
Yeah, I mean
I remember
it
following
was rough too because I think that first time that Real Papa Franku ended, obviously like we both were dealing with the channel ending, but then there was a lot of like personal fallout between the two of us. I just don't really think that he and I are very compatible people.
Hmm.
Um,
Damn.
Well,
and
that's
so we
just a
had that
shame,
falling
though.
out, and we gave it a
That's
second go at it with the second summer, like after I had some film experience, and I think he was able to grow into the Filthy Frank character a little more in that 6 months or
Uh-huh.
so that we took off. And I think the first video we posted where people really noticed the difference was probably our I think it was Why Vaping Sucks.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was nice to see that, but obviously you guys have gone your separate ways. But at least you guys are on good terms now, I believe.
yeah, I mean we don't really talk anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
okay.
fine. There's plenty of people I'm on good terms with that I just have slowly distanced from,
for
just
sure.
naturally. But yeah,
Hmm.
uh,
So
that's
you did. So you did most of the camera work for the Real Papa Franku.
Yeah, so I actually from well
yes,
okay,
that's
so
why he's the
when
Cameraman Chronicles.
yeah,
Yeah. Huh?
when we first
Damn.
started out, the channel blew up because of Alex's Filthy Frank impression.
Yeah.
And then I kind of
I remember seeing some guy like reposting like your teaser video or something on their Instagram account, and that's how I found you guys.
yeah. Well, I mean, originally that wasn't even really posted with intention of anything. It just kind of blew up, from my understanding. And then we just
Yeah.
decided that we were going to make a. I was actually opposed to making a Filthy Frank channel at first because I wanted to make something original. Um,
Mm.
but then I was like, you know what? I've wanted to make movies since I was a little kid,
Uh
so
huh.
I may as well
You
take this
want to ride the
opportunity.
wave.
Exactly. So I mean, that first summer we were just like I was just using my iPhone and I was filming and editing. And then the second summer, starting with Why Vaping Sucks, and then like with the Pink Guy video, and then with the Sea Turtles video, all the way through like the Christmas special, was where I was really like putting a deep amount of like blood, sweat, and tears into it. I would write the videos. For the most part, I would film them. I would edit them. I was doing like acting coaching for Alex to kind of help, because I could see what was going on with the camera and all that, so I could
Yeah.
see how
Hmm.
it looked, I could hear how it sounded, and I just kind of took over like I guess like a directive role in that.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was he was the voice and you were the like brains of the operation.
I mean,
I believe.
I don't even like I don't want to take all the credit, you know, because I think
Yes,
like
that's kind of like what the first like sort of shakeup was about, right? Because Alex wanted to go his own way with certain things, right?
yeah, I mean I think the first time around, I think we were both really new to the internet space, and I think at least for me, like I didn't realize yet that as a filmmaker, a lot of times you go uncredited, and it's really just the face of the operation that kind of gets the credit. And not that I was obsessed
Yeah.
with credit, but like I did have that natural feeling of like wanting to be seen and appreciated that first time around,
Yeah,
and I just didn't really. I don't think I had the confidence or the know-how to go about that in an appropriate
definitely.
way.
And oh, also that reminds me, TV Filthy Frank 2, the big guy didn't make you feel any better on that either, right?
No,
Because
dude, he's bad
he
news.
contacted you, or you guys contacted
What?
him, and he was like, "I like Alex, but not you."
Yeah, so that first summer when we were interacting with him, and both of our channels were blowing up at the same time, he like was friends with Alex. I don't know if he just didn't like me personally for the way I don't know, like who I am or whatever. I doubt it was that. Maybe he just didn't like that. I don't know. I wanted to be involved because I wasn't the face behind it, and like frankly, back then, all I was really doing was holding a camera, or like holding my
Yeah.
phone. Like I don't think my real like serious involvement as a director really came into fruition until like I said around the vape video time.
Yeah.
Because that
But yeah,
was
that was, after hearing that, that was an extremely sad thing to hear, and that's one of my biggest like criticisms, because that was extremely cruddy when I heard that.
of TV Filthy Frank 2.
Yeah, like if he like actually just said that he likes Alex is, but not you, while you guys were acting as a single unit
Yeah,
on the YouTube channel.
you guys were essentially a team. It's like it's one with you guys can't really do one without the other. I mean, you could, but it doesn't have that that charm to it that you guys had together.
Yeah, well, a lot of it too was like we had arranged an initial collab with him like before like went like right when we were both blowing up because we blew up
Yeah, I
at
do
around the
remember
same time.
that. I remember that he had like a 20-second clip of like picking up his cat or something.
Yeah, we
I
were
think.
supposed to like we were gonna put some of his footage in our videos, and he was gonna put some of our footage in his videos, and like we were posting I think like 2-3 videos a week at the time, just trying to grow the channel. He just blew up like right away because he had I think his name's like Joe M Films. He had like his friend who's
Yep.
like a professional, like which is super. Like I appreciate that. Like I love when like people who make want to make that a career, like spend time on a passion project like that. And in a way, Eli went through the same thing in that he was the face of it, right? So he gets all the credit, but he wasn't the one who actually produced the parts of it that people were super blown away by, other than the impression. And so he kind of was in a tough spot, I would imagine, too, and having to like live up to this quality when it was initially just meant to be like a passion project.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like the artist and his work, just
Yeah.
whoever's face is on it is really what people perceive as who gets the credit.
Yeah, and that
Yes.
kind of happened. Like I wasn't too concerned about it. Like the second time around with Real Papa Franku because I think there were a lot of comments and a lot of people I think at that point like they didn't know me, but they were saying like, hey, this was really well shot. This was really well edited. I love this special effect. And all of that like kept me. It gave me a reason to keep like going, and I appreciated it in the sense that I knew that even though people didn't know me, they were appreciative of what I did, and so it was cool to see.
Totally, man. But yeah, but going back to when your video was taken down, that crap put me on edge, man. I after that, like I was just really worried about the idea of like losing videos and all the work that you put into it. So like after that, I got like this 2 terabyte drive now, and I've been backing up everything I've ever done like onto it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
Like
I would actually get I would get an extra one too. I have a 5 terabyte drive, for all my
Jeez
stuff that I've made.
Louise.
Well, the reason it's that much is because it's between all the Frank stuff, all my personal stuff, the
Yeah.
stuff I've made with Alana, and all my school stuff. So it's just got a lot. But my point is, I bumped that hard drive, and I can't get anything off of it now. So I
Oh.
have to rip it byte for byte and buy another 5 terabyte and put it on there.
Oh.
So what I recommend is if you can, like, getting 2 drives, just in case one of them something happens to one of them, and keep them in
Yeah.
like separate places.
Definitely. That's definitely a smart way to go about things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I guess another question I would have, because you seem to be getting better at visual effects and video editing. What software do you use?
So I started out using just iMovie on my phone, but I got I'm using right now. I'm using Final Cut Pro. Just on
Oh,
a Mac.
okay.
Yeah. I find that I mean, I like Premiere Pro, and I like DaVinci Resolve is good too if you're doing like color grading and all that sort of stuff. And I might move to that at some point. It's just a lot more. The learning curve is a lot harder. But with Final Cut, it's basically just like iMovie, but a little more advanced, and you can do more things. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's simple, it's easy, and it's easy to teach too. Like if my friends ever have questions on how to do certain edits or anything like that, it's definitely fun just to mess around and like in the Ratnik Unit 3 video. Like I had those like PNG images of like polar bears edited in that were just like getting
Yeah.
shot and like rolling around. That took me so long, but it was so worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was easy. It was a lot easier to do on Final Cut than it would be on like Premiere Pro, I think is my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what you mean. Damn.
Yeah, I do agree. I think Premiere Pro is it's a little advanced. I know my first time getting into it, I was like, dude, this is nothing like my phone editing like software. Like,
Yeah.
it is a little scary to jump into, but
I don't know. I never got into phone software. That's
Really?
just never a thing I did. I always had a computer when I wanted to like make a video.
Yeah.
Or I just like when I was really little, I just record straight from a camera, like a vlog, and
wow, okay.
just have it like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, mobile editors are so easy to use. Oh my lord, man! Like I think I was the age of like I think 13 when I started using mobile editors, bro. They were so easy to use. Like it does not require a lot of skill to use like mobile editors, and they're a blessing, I would say. Like they do almost the same amount of work you can do almost on Premiere Pro. Just simple basic cutting, clipping, putting like green screens and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. I would say.
I
Yeah.
do recall actually, but this is like after I'm already well acquainted with computer software. That when I wanted to make like some highlights videos for
Yeah.
like some live streams, I got this app that was like Adobe Rush or something. It was like Premiere Pro, but much more watered down, and it's mobile, and I like edit on that, and I found it so much more annoying because I wanted to like edit things like at very specific frames and stuff, and you can't do that on mobile editors.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was having so much trouble with that.
That's what I like about Final Cut, because you can really go in like literally frame by frame
Yes,
and cut it at
definitely.
any frame. But honestly, so much of it too, like mobile editors are awesome, and I think that
Yeah.
you can use them like for anybody starting out. I think it's better to start with like if you have an iPhone, like use iMovie on your phone. It's free,
Yeah.
rather than actually dropping a bunch of money on an actual software. Some of my friends use one called, I think it's like LumaFusion.
Oh, I've
And you
never
can
heard of
use
that.
it on your phone or an iPad or tablet or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's more in depth than iMovie, but not as in depth as like Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro or
Yes,
DaVinci
but
Resolve or something like that.
Let me make this very clear though. If you like go on computer software and start like knowing how to use it, you will never be able to return to mobile editing.
Agreed.
Because I tried using like mobile iMovie like probably a couple months ago, and it was so infuriating. I couldn't even touch it after
Yeah.
like I tried to use it. It was so frustrating. I almost cracked my phone in half because
It's
I was
clunky
like
and
trying
it
to do
feels
the most
inadequate.
basic
Yeah.
things, and like you can't do it on this software.
Yeah.
There are two good mobile software like mobile editors that I've been using. Actually, my whole channel I've been using mobile editing until my recent video. So the whole channel, my whole channel was made up on mobile editing. So the two like mobile editors I would recommend is Power Director and KindMaster. Those two are unbelievably good in my opinion. Like, it helped me transition a lot more to Premiere Pro, because Premiere Pro is it's a bit like similar to KindMaster, but dude, like iMovie is such a joke compared to those two. It's insane.
Yeah.
KindMaster is the one with the big ass watermark, right?
Yeah, they both have watermarks, but I got the cracked versions.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're an Android user, so of course you can get the cracked versions.
Yeah, of course. I'm superior to you Apple lovers.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
like so much of like the look that you want to be able to get is like the editing definitely helps, but so much of it is behind like what you're filming with and what you're filming as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everything in in production matters more than the post production, in my opinion. Like lighting, shooting shots, how many shots you've taken. You know, if you messed up on one shot and you didn't get another shot, it's gonna be tough for you to reshoot. You know, if people aren't available to reshoot, it's more important. Like the filming process is more important than I would say like the editing process.
Yeah, it's like filming and editing is what 50-50 or maybe 60-40.
I would say like 60-40. Yeah, that's the way I would put it.
I mean, I think everything's equally important, because I think in an actual like high production project, it's important to obviously like your filming itself has to meet the standards, and your editing has to meet the standards, especially in like blockbuster movies. The editing is so big now in Hollywood, but like the pre-production too is so important. Like you can't have like a really solid good story without a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry. But like a big thing that I've definitely noticed when it comes to YouTube videos is, and I don't know if it's like a good or kind of sad thing, but like you don't just want a really good video. You also need to come up with a really good title and thumbnail, because like that's like 50% of getting viewers to watch your video in the first place.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah, it's and you gotta like make sure all the spacing and just make sure it pops out of all the other thumbnails that the viewer could like see,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I like a thumbnail. Well, okay, a thumbnail is important. I personally like haven't even been bothered to have an actual thumbnail in a while, but it like YouTube itself is a skill to learn. If you want to like go anywhere on YouTube, you not like. I used to think that if I just made really good stuff, like if I put all my time and effort, which I did, into like cinematography and the quality of what I'm filming and the editing, like if I produce a product that by cinema standards was objectively better than the competition, then I would, do better. But on YouTube, that's only like half the battle. The other half is actually making sure that you get some sort of exposure, which is the hard part on YouTube, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. It's nuts, but yeah, it's a skill you gotta learn.
Definitely.
I guess just like half of YouTube got away with it just by adding a bunch of primary colors to attract little children.
Yeah. I mean, I think too, having like the title is so important. I almost think the title is more important than the thumbnail as well. Like if you come up with a catchy title, or like I watched a video the other day. It was just by this like firearm YouTuber or whatever, but it was called Man Shoots. Like I don't know, he was testing like an optic for a gun or something. I forget exactly what it was called, but it was something like Man Shoots. Here, actually, let me just look it up. Hold on one second. It's called Man Fills Optic with Baked Beans.
Oh.
And he just literally pours a can of baked beans into his hollow sight on his rifle.
Oh my god.
To test if the hollow sight will still work, and it does still work.
Just shoots a bunch of disgusting beans out.
Yeah, he's like at the shooting range, and he's holding his rifle like shooting down range, and they're just beans dripping out of his sight onto the rifle.
Oh hell no.
It's pretty funny though.
Nah, that sounds like a funny video.
You
Yeah.
should have put a bunch of beans in like the muzzle too. Just have the
Oh, God.
gun
Just-
combust in his hand.
Just fucking jam the whole thing with beans. Just fucking put beans in every fucking crevice of the gun.
Just fill a big
Put-
giant vat with baked beans and just submerge.
Fill the magazine with beans. Why do you need bullets?
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
You
You
can
shoot burning beans at people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should shoot people, but I'm saying is, the beans will be hot when you shoot it at the guns.
Like I'm not saying much. I'm just saying if we started using guns that shoot flaming beans at the Russians, maybe it would work at deterring them.
I read somewhere that people with Russian descendancy tend to be more prone to allergic reactions to American products.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That's how we're gonna
way.
get some out of
something,
Ukraine.
Yeah,
Okay.
something going on in like the 70s or the 80s between like Russia and the U.S. There's like some kind of like war, but not war or something. I don't know.
We'll just throw a bunch of Barbie dolls and aerosol at them.
Yeah.
About those some fucking American hamburgers at them.
Yeah. throw a bunch of McDonald's at them.
Dude, I still think, and I still strongly advocate, and I've been advocating for this idea, like for let's say since 1860, because I've totally been alive since then. I've been advocating for this idea of having a Gatling bike, where it's basically a bicycle with a giant like how some bikes have baskets on the front.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine like you have like a giant ammo pouch in that basket, and then you have a Gatling gun on the front of your bike, and you're pedaling the Gatling bike, and every single time you pedal, it shoots the Gatling gun. And then it has this like complex like air compression and hydraulic system that like raises and lowers the bike, so that you can like change the height of what you're shooting at, and then you change the direction of what you're shooting just by turning. And other than that, it's just like if you can pick up how to be a fighter pilot and like dogfight in the air and like shoot and fly at the same time, then like a Gatling bike is a piece of cake.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be gang Gatling bike wars. just
Exactly.
going on. A bunch of people running through just driving through the streets on bikes with like machine guns tied to them.
Yeah.
I think would be a sick Nerf weapon, but
The Gatling Nerf bike.
Yes, definitely not a real idea that we are currently testing and proving.
Definitely
of course,
not.
of course.
Definitely don't have any schematics of it written up.
yeah, no blueprints or nothing, nothing at all. No, ridiculous.
It's ludicrous.
Have you ever seen those videos of They're always like dubbed over with like Star Wars music or Harry Potter music, but it's just like hundreds of people running around in like the streets of like Boston with like Roman candles shooting at each other.
Yes,
And it's just playing like Star Wars.
Yo,
laser
yeah,
sounds and
I know
stuff
that
like
video.
Dude, I
It's
love
like-
those.
Harry Potter ear rape.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like do 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 do, and then there's just like a bunch of people like in the streets like shooting different color fireworks at each other.
Some people have like tied Roman candles to drones and just like fly them at people and launch them.
Jesus.
That's horrible.
Oh,
I mean, that's pretty funny.
It's funny, but it's like it's gonna leave some burns.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. Get burned. See if I can.
All right. Okay, so I actually got a question for you. I usually ask this question for every guest. So, so when was the first time, or when did you first discover Filthy Frank?
Oh, dude, I think I must have been in like middle school or something. I'm 22 now, so like
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I was like 15. I don't know. I think it must have been like maybe even earlier. It might have been like 2013 or 2014. It was like I think it was right after he made the transition from his original channel, Disaster Music, over to Filthy Frank.
Really?
No way.
I was there really
Okay.
early. Because I had a friend who just like randomly sent me a video, like one of his old videos one day, and then I was watching it. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty funny. And then I kind of fell out of it for a while, but somehow I separately discovered like Joji's music through a different friend who just found his
Okay.
music but not his channel. So I was kind of like for a bit like seeing both without knowing that they were the same person back like when that was acceptable to know. I guess now if you don't know they're the same person, it's a bit strange. But
don't worry. I'm sure there's a ton of Zoomers on Twitter right now that are. There's gonna be a whole new crop of them that are gonna be like, wait. You're telling me that Joji, who I've been listening to for the past couple of months, we used to say the N-word and threw, like, cake made out of pubic hair at people?
Dude, I feel like it gets so talked up, though, because I feel like the dude, honestly, I don't even feel like he said the N-word that much. But what was so weird was that when...
Well, I know, it's just he didn't have a problem with it because the context mattered, and that's what everyone has a problem with now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even feel like in everything I've seen on his channel, except for the stuff that's been taken down, I don't even really think he said it that much. And
no, he's never had. I don't think he's ever said the like N-word with the hard R. Maybe with the A, yeah, but he there was context and there was a build up to the joke of him saying that. But with the hard R, any racist words, I've never heard him say anything like that.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I thought in like the music video "White Is Right" he said the hard R.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I remember.
Besides his music, I think he goes.
Besides his music,
I forgot about that. Like, I forgot about that. You got me there.
I mean, context. It's all about the context, but people today just on Twitter, all the young people would freak out, and there's probably going to be a whole new crop of them that are going to find out in the next couple months because the last time that people were. Realized Joji was Filthy Frank was actually quite a while ago now. So
it was like probably 2 years ago. Yeah.
But what was so interesting is when the Frank clone channel started, like when we started up RealPapaFranku, all people wanted to hear from Alex was just him saying the N-word. Like it was just constant.
Really?
If he didn't say it, people were asking for it, and if he did say it, people were asking for it more.
Oh my god.
That is kind of strange. I mean, I guess that's just like the part of the community that Joji didn't like, but that part talking about. Just gotta tell him I'm gonna be funny, okay? I'm not gonna just say a bunch of slurs because that's like funny by itself. I'm gonna say stuff that I think is funny. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. It's it's just you have that intention of making people laugh without causing harm.
Yeah.
That should be the real mindset in a sense.
And it's so hard too nowadays because like I've been like I feel personally like when I was doing the Frank stuff, I feel like I was doing it more for the opportunity of like actually being able to make content more than like just being Filthy Frank. And so what I do now, I try to like not have it be edgy, but sometimes like I mean I can't help it. Sometimes like something fucked up is just really funny. Not that like I think like someone just dropping the N-word is funny, especially if they're just saying like the N-word. Like I don't think there's anything funny or amusing about that. But
yeah, it's kind of getting tiresome, but every single podcast now, it seems like we have a segment about the goddamn N-word.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
Yeah, it's because everyone gets offensive.
Yeah, that is the extreme that like we have to talk about it because it has to do with like freedom of speech and humor, edgy humor, and all that. Like I there was this one instant where iDubbbz like was out in the open, and then some guy recognized him, just walks up and is like, "Hey, what's up, my N-word hard R?"
Yeah,
that's like it like really threw iDubbbz off, and like I understand that because the context is just really cringy and stupid. But that doesn't mean that every single time someone says a slur, it's meant to be hateful or harmful, you know?
Well, and online too, you're like a completely different person than you are in real life. And so like sure. And also like it is
true. Then there's the online persona. You're making like an ironic character that people are supposed to laugh at.
Yeah, but we're also in like a different time now too. Like I think like a lot of YouTubers that have previously, like iDubbbz for example, who have previously, or like even since you just did that documentary with Sam Hyde. I mean, not that Sam Hyde has changed. Like I don't think he ever will.
I mean,
but
it depends how you say how you like describe the times changing. Like yes, how the majority of people online think now about like moderation and speech and stuff definitely has changed.
Yeah,
but I think like the morals haven't. I think there's still like some realigning we can do. I think there's always been realigning we need to do, but
I mean, I think that
when we'll get there.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that right now, too, on the internet, I mean, I don't think it's as bad right now as it once was, for what it's worth, because I think there was a bit where it got really bad. But I think that just cancel culture in general, I think, like, shitting on people and ruining people's careers for something that they said, like, 5, 10 years ago, I just don't think is right. I mean, I think it's worth opening a dialogue about and saying, like, hey, like, you said this, like, that's not cool. But then, most of the time, I feel like a person who said something offensive 5, 10 years ago, like, 5, 10 years is a long time, and you're basically like a different person that long afterward. And so, like a lot of times, it's like you've already kind of come to terms with what you've said. You know it's not okay, and there's nothing else you can really do because you posted it on the internet.
Yeah.
I something about cancel culture I don't like is the idea that, obviously, like, if somebody says, like, a really offensive joke back then, it doesn't really fit within now, or it doesn't really have that humor, it just comes off more offensive than more humorous. I don't like it that so many people just, they cry about it, and they say, like, oh, we want this person taken down, we want this as they demand
Yeah,
certain
and plus,
things. Like,
these people would have never cared about this certain person had they not found out about what they said 10 years ago.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
the worst
And
part.
I usually just recommend just unfollow and block the person. That's more powerful to me than
Yeah,
crying about it. That,
if that's your personal, like, what you have to do, then go ahead.
yeah, like, I know there's people who said, like, said shit I don't like at all, but I'm not gonna be like, that was really stupid, you should really consider taking this channel down or this post down. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna unfollow and block. It's not that hard. People just, they're so difficult about it. But of course, there's also like situations where it's like, if the guy is like a murderer or a rapist, blah blah blah, then those terms, yes. But for something he said as an
Yes.
offensive jokes back then, no, that's stupid. That's an opinion, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
Like,
all
then-
that kind of stuff online too just kind of builds on itself. Like
Yeah.
someone notices something, and then people are actively looking for other stuff, and then it all builds on itself, and then all of a sudden you're getting canceled for things that you said, and then other things that you said are being related to the first things that you said, even though they didn't happen anytime, or like even though they had nothing to do with each other and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, I'll
I don't know.
probably get canceled someday. Like for the amount.
Oh yeah.
Like for the amount of, and honestly, it might be better for me that like that first Frank channel that I had was taken down, because I wasn't like the one saying like fucked up stuff, but like someday it's gonna be like if I ever actually get anywhere, it's gonna be like, dude, you filmed this stuff and like edited it and posted it with this stuff in it, and I've accepted that, like, yeah, someday I'm probably gonna get shit on for that.
Okay.
Oh,
if
yeah.
someone is digging up, if Soul here becomes like a multi-million-dollar Hollywood director, and someone's digging up like his past and is across it came across this podcast, I just want to personally let you know, fuck you. Okay. I hope you burn in hell, because this is just the scummiest shit you could ever do.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes too,
Yeah.
like this is gonna be like a really like based opinion, but like the way I see it, because like both Alex and I had a whole big like falling out with our high school, like when our channel first
Yes.
started out.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
that. They found your YouTube channel and were like, we're gonna freaking expel you. Like,
Yeah,
what?
so I
What?
had already
Whoa, what?
graduated at that point. Like I was out, and I had been out for like a year, and I was just working at that time. But yeah, like I remember going in to like visit some old teachers, and they like brought me into a room and like sat me down. This is like when I bought my first camera, because I wanted to show them that like I was actually like pursuing my dreams. And so I brought
Yeah.
in my first camera, and I told them like, hey, like I want to show you this, and I want to show like that you inspired me. And they like sat me down, and they like thought I was filming, and they thought I was gonna film them to post on a video on the channel. And so they said like, just so you know, like if we see any footage from you of us online, like we're gonna be taking legal action against you. And I was like,
Well,
you're threatening
first off,
to
they
sue
can't.
me.
I mean, I don't think they can.
I mean, I guess they could have, because like if I was in the school filming them, I guess that's the case for it. But I would never do that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like you make
there's plenty of there's plenty of like footage of like people like leaking things like Project Veritas and stuff. So that makes me think that it is fine to release. But I don't know.
But like
Sometimes it's just really cringy either way for them to say that they take legal action.
And what was frustrating too was like I wanted them to understand was like, yes, I'm making edgy content, but it's not like I'm not a bad, like I don't think I'm a bad person. And sometimes like sometimes you work with shitty people, sometimes you do shitty things so that you can like hopefully get to a point someday where you can do what you want to do. And that's not like an excuse for saying shitty stuff or being shitty, but like sometimes you have to work through like horrible conditions to get to the point where you want to like, you know, or you're able to do what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know what you mean. One time, I was being pulled out of school, so I like didn't really care about like what people thought or said anymore. So we were like having a talk about China and stuff and how they were. This was an online class, by the way, and we were having a talk about China and how they were limiting video games for people. And I jokingly said, because I just didn't care anymore, yet another reason why we should invade China and liberate its people. And it set the entire class off because like, half of them are communists and they like they like the Chinese Communist Party. I unironically don't like the Chinese Communist Party. I don't think invading them is the best option, but the fact that they just got set off, they had to have like support groups like after what I just said in that chat, and it's so funny. And like they just watching them all break down, and they pulled me aside and they're trying to like tell me like why that it's wrong to say that, and I just like tell them like you're fine with what they're doing to the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
They like do the whole deep sigh with the half closed eyes or something, try like they're the ones on top trying to explain to the lesser ones why they're right. And eventually they just gave up because I didn't care anymore. I was being taken out of school. So
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
It's nuts. I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, like I know that politics are not supposed to be involved in school ever, but I don't think that stops people. Like I'm in college right now, and like you see people like, and I guess it's different in college, but like in college, like during election year, there were people like with like booths up, like students with booths like up on campus, and then there were teachers who are like not necessarily like teaching certain political ideals, but like they're definitely letting it be known how they feel about politics and stuff like that. And it's so weird because like I will say I go to school at University of Colorado Boulder, and so like
Yes.
in Boulder, Colorado in general, but especially at that school and in the film department, like people are very very liberal. And so I'm at the point where like I'm applying this year, like in a couple months here, I'm applying for like a BFA program, so like Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film. And I genuinely have to think like, okay, what can I send them that won't like bother the people on the panel? Like, can I send them Ratnik
that's
Unit
horrible.
3, even though Ratnik Unit 3 has the word cunt in it and it has a joke that's immediately amended about like skin color. Is that going to be too edgy for me to be able to get into a BFA program?
Damn.
Yeah, it's a shame that you gotta like think of all these things because it's just your creative pursuit, you know.
Yeah.
You're making this content. There's jokes behind it, but it's not meant to be taken seriously. Definitely not the video itself. So
yeah, and I mean, well, is filming
people take it so hard up the ass? It's just insufferable.
Yeah. And I mean, is filming something like with firearms too edgy for YouTube? Is it too edgy to like, you know, be able to get into a Bachelor of Fine Arts program? I mean, you can never know. Like, I'm sure there are some people who are like, yeah, this is creativity and this is how this person is following their path and expressing themselves. But there's no way to eliminate like personal bias. Like the people, and no matter who you are on a panel, like judging film, like you're supposed to have a professional palate, but like for anything, right? But like there's no way that you're not there's no way that like political or like especially when it comes to firearms, right? There's no way that like political topics can be involved in anything without people feeling some sort of like hesitancy or like whether they're pro or against something. There's no way that can't be involved in judging something.
Yeah, I mean I believe these like people, these judges should be able to see like a film that has firearms in it and not immediately think, oh, this must support the Second Amendment, so I don't like that. So
Well, and that's the thing, right? If it comes out of Hollywood, if you have a film in Hollywood, take what's that one called? I don't know. There are a lot of any movie in Hollywood with guns, because I can't remember the name of the one I was thinking about. That's fine, right? Because it's coming out of Hollywood. But if you have a personal creator like who has an affinity for firearms, or who has any opinions on anything political, like especially on the YouTube space, like it gets really hairy, because like there's a whole firearms community on YouTube, like gun tubers, and so many of them are like getting shit on because they can't film skits with those guns, because then
they can't do anything.
It's sketchy, so they have to film like just testing, and it has to be for educational purposes, otherwise it's labeled as like promoting not necessarily gun violence, but like promoting gun encouragement for like young people or unstable
like dangerous
people.
Acts,
exactly,
violence, I believe.
But honestly, this is gonna sound like so many people would hate me for saying this, but honestly, like in the right hands, like assuming a person who owns a firearm is responsible about it, is licensed, is safe about it, it's not any more dangerous than a person driving a car. It's probably less dangerous than a person driving a car.
I definitely think I don't think the vast majority of people who legally have firearms have any intentions for it besides having it in their house to protect themselves.
Exactly. Or I mean, even if you do want to have, if you want to have like a rifle or a shotgun or whatever to like take out to a range or just shoot, or like you have it because you think it looks cool, it is your right in this country to have that. And so like, I don't know. I mean, it's
but this reminds me, you know what Ratnik did I think he last year?
What?
He posted on Instagram a photo of a bunch of new guns he got, and for the caption he said, "Thanks, Joe Biden."
Oh yeah, that was I'm pretty sure that photo was on our shoot. Well, actually, was that when he got
funniest shit I ever saw?
Yeah, I think that was because of a stim check. I think he got his stim check and he just threw it all like right toward his firearm collection.
Yeah. He's like, he got a bunch of new guns with the stimmy, and it was like, thanks, Joe.
Dude, I mean, and in real life, dude, like I have not I know very few people who like are on the grind harder than Sideshow. Like he straight up just like bought a property and like a couple cabins like for his mom. Like he and his mom are like they're both like I know he's a CNA and his mom like they're both in the medical industry, and like he's on the grind.
God.
He works like 16-hour shifts like 4 or 5 days a week. It's crazy.
Jesus.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
he's
that
on
explains
the
why
grind.
he's like that explains why he's like he lags sometimes.
Yeah. No, he's like
all power.
He's a hard worker.
He's doing God's work.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I mean, he saved up like when he came out here. I think he came out here with like $2,000 saved up, and I just punched my table. He came out here with $2,000 saved up, and like he had to earn that in like I don't know, some really short amount of time on top of everything else that he was doing. But like, dude,
like affording.
Yeah, exactly. Like rent and everything like that. But like his ability to just like buckle down and like get shit done is a lot more like I think that's like a super admirable trait. Like I could never just like be on the grind that hard, especially at a job like CNA.
I mean,
working in
I think you could
homes.
definitely do well, but like he's definitely very admirable in that. And then in the meantime, he records videos of himself shotgunning a fleshlight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, what was that like? That video was like quarantine pet or something.
Oh God. Oh, quarantine pet.
I don't know. I gotta commend, like, I know his channel got banned, but like I gotta commend like the grind to just like do what he loves, even though he says like plenty of like horrible shit that's probably gonna get him canceled someday. Like I have to commend the fact that he's working like, you know, with firearms that he loves, and he's doing funny stuff with it. Like, I remember when I had the Frank channel, like up until Ratnik Unit 3, I was so afraid to put like any guns or anything like that in a video. So like the only thing we had ever had was we had a video
Oh man,
the first
really?
time around. Yeah, we had like porn review part 1 out of 2.
Oh.
And there was like a shootout scene. It had actually nothing to do with porn at all.
Oh.
It was just
Okay.
it was just a random title, and then it had, all it really was like Frank's MacBook, like he finds it like at the flushed out area at the bottom of the river, and then he has like
Yeah.
a child with this MacBook.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was an interesting video.
Definitely. It was like an iPhone, right? The child.
Yeah, and like its screensaver was like a picture pink guy or something.
Well, that's quite creative.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think, though, genuinely, to be honest, I'm pretty sure that was Alex's phone, and I think at the time his screensaver was already just a photo of pink guy, so I think it just kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I remember seeing that video, along with the other ones. Oh, you remember the Big Chap?
yes, I do. That was my like big attempt
I
at
really
trying
like
to
that.
get, like, I wanted everyone to kind of like create like our own little, like, I wanted like a really like fleshed out community that wasn't just like Filthy
Yeah.
Frank clones, but that was like all the people who were inspired by Filthy Frank or inspired by each other, and just like a nice wholesome thing. But then unfortunately our channel got nuked right
Mhm.
before that
Damn.
video came out. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a shame. But yeah, now we're all grouping back together, I suppose you could say, and
Yes,
we got
sir.
this
Slowly but surely.
podcast.
Slowly but surely, we're gonna try to get every, you know, Frank clone or Frank related channel here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
But talking about the Big Chap video some more, I remember like going out like late at night to the docks to record that video with my
Yeah.
father. And
I wish-
we got that footage of the Freedom Tower in just downtown New York, all the way from Brooklyn because of the position for the docks. And then I see the video of Big Chap, and it's like there's like a green screen of like a light flare or something. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, because I think like that was the first video that I ever actually filmed with my camera, and so
Damn.
and so like the light, like that video, and then that was also the first video that I ever used Final Cut Pro for. So like the editing, I felt like was a bit disappointing for what it was, and I almost wish that I was in the place now, like with my filmmaking back then, so that way it could have been something a lot cooler.
Well, it's fine. You definitely have gained experience, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, I remember like when I first started out, like I was so upset that I couldn't film stuff that was like up to par with the original Filthy Frank or like what I wanted to do. And I was like so upset, and so I would like dream all the time about like being able to film certain things. And like now that I'm at the point where I can film those things, it feels like still like, honestly, it still feels kind of like not enough in a sense, because I still want to do more, but it's kind of like the
Definitely.
hopeless, it's like the hopeless artist grind. But my point is, like, I think that if anybody is willing to like buckle down and like really like put in the hard work to do something that they really love, like you can get pretty good at it really quickly. Because like when I first started going to film school, like all these kids had been filming since they were children, and then I'm
Jesus.
like, yeah, I've been filming for 6 months.
Oh,
and
man.
yeah, so I mean, it was, I think if you really put in the hard work and you put in the time, like you can get somewhere.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, though. Like some of my best ideas come to me in my dreams.
Yeah.
I like have ideas now that are like in my future timeline that came to me in I guess visions while I was dreaming.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's like the artist life. Sometimes you wake up and you like know that you're not going to remember your dream, so you just like scribble it out so that you can try to remember it when you wake up in the morning. You just write it down.
Aviator Man, I know you're gonna say something, but I just want to say, the video with me and you, the collaboration video I posted, the shot of T-Series over the hill, just like in the clearing of the trees, like with this massive glow, and then a ball of energy that just exhibits out of him. That came to me from my dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like some alien abduction kind of shit. If you dreamed about that, like dreaming about a giant ball of light coming from behind. I don't know.
I specifically remembered the clearing in the trees though, and I'm very lucky to actually found like a place like on a hill that had a clearing in the trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, were you gonna say something, Aviator Man? I kind of cut you off.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say TMI, but what is it? Yeah, when I get my visions, it's mostly from me shitting. No lie. It's like
I mean,
the time.
Sometimes when I'm taking a shower, I definitely come up with ideas too.
The time I spend on toilets it's uncountable, bro. Like I can literally be sitting there for an hour just pooping. And I'm like, damn. I'm really liking this beer now. And I'm like, So I'm like, dude, I really want to get off this toilet. I'm really like, I built something good, and then when I'm done, you use the bathroom. Sometimes I forget what I was thinking about, but those times when I do think about it, it's like these brilliant ideas, and I'm like, dude, it's just in a sense, it's ironic that I'm taking a shit and I'm thinking of like literally one of the greatest ideas or visions that I ever come up with.
Dude, what do they say that you spend like 20% of your lifetime sleeping? Aviator Man spends 20% of his lifetime on the toilet.
Dude. A little more than 20. I'll say that, bro.
You know.
But yeah, a lot of time pooping. Unfortunately.
Hey, well, you know what? Bowels got to move.
You're right about that.
I don't have a digestive tract. Lost it.
So. I just eat and it just plops out the bottom instantly. There's no digestion in you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit, it doesn't even,
I'm just troll physics.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're an hour and 12 minutes. How are we feeling? Do we feel like this is a good resting point, or do we want to continue?
I'm cool with whatever.
All right, so well, it was nice to have you on, man. It's a great talk.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
It's no problem. This is definitely a great conversation I've had with you. It's probably like the first conversation I've had with you. So
yeah, I'm in the chat, but not talking much.
Yeah, if we talked before, I don't remember. Unfortunately, I do apologize about that. But this was a very pleasant talk, and I could say I'm really happy with the conversation we had.
Yeah, dude, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I've been on Instagram calls with you before, but I think this is the first time on Discord. So
yeah, for sure,
it's cool. So yeah.
Hey, but definitely you should be on our Discord more.
Definitely.
Yeah. We'll send
Most
you
definitely.
Our Discord server links and stuff.
Yeah,
so
I think he's in. I think he's in Frankie's server. It's just he's not as active, but he definitely got to be in it. Where it's me and Orange Man. I'm usually on there all the time, but Orange Man's always here and there on there.
Yeah, I'll definitely make an effort.
We're not Discord degens, but we have our servers. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's tuned in to the Remanent podcast. This was like the 6th episode, right? And,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll see you guys when we see you guys. All right, bye guys.
All right, see you next time.